presentation on Percy Jackson. Okay, I believe most of you did not finish the whole book, which is okay, because what we need to finish this project is for you to draw inspiration from the book. So even if you just read one chapter, it's okay. Yes, as long as that chapter gave you an inspiration that compelled you to want to know more. Okay, so you don't have to finish the whole book to finish this project. Okay, so if you just read chapter 1, you can still do something. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, let me give you some instruction on this project. Right. So this will be a group presentation, but if you want to work solo, that's also possible. Okay, if you want to finish it on your own so you will look good in front of your future professors, that's also possible. It's up to you. But please limit the number of your group members to 4. Okay, so no more than 4 people in one group. Because we all know the more people are in one group, the more people are gonna be lazy. Okay, so only 4 people. Okay, that's the maximum number. And you can get into groups with people you like, and then you discuss what you're going to do. Or you can just shout out, hey, I want to do this. Who wants to join me? Okay, so there are many ways to find a group. Not do me, okay? Do it with me. So there are many ways to find a group member, right? I want you to listen very carefully because we have no time to repeat it again. All right? Can I have your full attention? Right, so then, once you decide on the topic, you decide on how to present it. There are many ways to present it. I will give you many examples. Okay, so you can, however you are going to present it, each member must deliver their speech. So you have to do the oral part. The speech should be no shorter than 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Okay, everybody have to speak for 1 minute. You can speak in the video, you can speak on the stage, whichever way that is required by the method of your presentation. Right. And lastly, you must cite from the book. What is to cite from the book? You have to tell people, in chapter 12, for example, Percy Jackson did this, so it really inspired me to think of something else. All right, so you have to make your presentation relevant to the book. Okay, so you have to say, where did you get the idea from? Okay? Right, so let me give you more example, more ideas. So, sky's the limit. What does it mean when people say sky's the limit? Yeah, means there are no limits. Okay? So you can retell the story in 2 to 4 minutes. Like, long time ago, there's a person called Guamo. I don't know where he's been, but I think a lot of people from mainland China are doing this. They tell a story in like a very short and brief time. Okay, that's something you can get into if you're interested in. Okay, so if you want to do this, it's actually similar to writing a summary. And if you don't know how to write a summary, there are a lot of sources online. Just Google Percy Jackson Lightning Thief summary and you'll get something. Okay, you can work from that. It's easier. And the second is to make an in-depth analysis of a certain character. For example, some people in your worksheet, in your summer vacation homework, you said that you really like Grover. Okay, now why makes Grover attracted to you? Okay, so you can talk about Grover in very deep levels. Okay, that's one way. And if you want to do character analysis, you can work with different people. For example, you do Percy Jackson, another person do Grover, and then still another person can work on Athena or Annabeth. Okay. And number 3, you can edit a book trailer. That would be in the form of a video clip. Okay, I will show you examples later. We can do a book trailer. And you can also draw if you are very artistic, like some of you here. You can draw some of the scenes in a novel. And then you explain why you picked this scene for 1 minute. Okay, that's also possible. And then you can make connection between the plot and the real world or historical event. For example, what's happening in the story is very similar to, for example, the war that's happening now, or anything. I will show you an example where the YouTuber make a connection between Percy Jackson and Harry Potter. Okay, if that's something you're interested in. Okay, and then you can compare the horrible movie adaptation, the book. Have you seen the movie?
Yes.
Yes? Do you like the movie? Okay, just okay. You feel okay? The movie was terrible, but if you can tell why it is so terrible, because fans of the book hated the movie. Okay, maybe you can guess why. You didn't read the book, you saw the movie, okay. Right, and also you can pick a theme and do research on it. Theme. There are many themes in the novel. There is betrayal. Can somebody give me an example of betrayal? What is betrayal? 背叛. So who betrayed who in the novel? Luke. Yes.
Betrayed Percy.
Yes. And also I think Ares sort of betrayed Percy Jackson. Okay, and there might be more. And also gender stereotype, as I mentioned earlier, all the figures were women, right? And also the fat lady with the chihuahua. You probably didn't get to that part. And also some of the terrible characters are women. Medusa. Okay, so you can talk about gender stereotypes. Or ADHD. It's a disease that Percy Jackson suffered from. Okay, so you can do research on ADHD. That would also be possible. So as long as you say, because the character Percy Jackson in this book suffers from ADHD, so I was really piqued by the theme, right? Mythical monsters, there are many, right? There's the Minotaur, there is Cyclops, okay? So you can pick just a monster from the book. And violence, media, etc. So here are the themes that you can work on for the book. Right. Let me give you some examples. It's not that difficult. Okay. So the first one is I'm going to show you a TV series trailer of the newest adaptation of Percy Jackson. Okay, it's going to be aired on Disney Plus in December. Okay, 所以12月有一个最新的影集是 Percy Jackson， 然后那个 Rick Riordan 是拍胸脯保证他监制嘛， so it's not going to be terrible. Okay, let's watch it together. So 这个 book trailer 其实有可能会像这个。Okay.
My name is Percy Jackson. Am I a troubled kid? Yeah, you could say that. Bad grades, bullies, all the normal stuff. And then there's some stuff that's maybe not so normal.
What is in Percy's hand?
The sword.
The sword. What do people call the sword?
Riptide.
Riptide. Thank you very much.
You saw something.
Did you see Mrs. Studs? I would like to talk about it.
And then there's some stuff that's maybe not so normal.
This is Mrs. Studs in the TV series. How is Mrs. Studs described in the book? Leather jacket, right? So she's a bit plump to my imagination, right? So in the book, she's like a very mean, like very cool motorcyclist, dressed in leather jacket. But in TV series, more like a grandma.
Yes.
Okay, so you can make that kind of comparison if you like. Okay.
You saw something. Something that no one else could see. The stories that I have told you about great gods.
Wanna guess who he is? Think politically correctly. is Zeus, and this is Zeus. Yes, politically correct, right? We have a black mermaid, now we have a black Zeus. That's just so reasonable, right? It's just so reasonable, so natural, so 21st century. Okay, so what do you think about this Zeus? Okay.
And half plastic.
Mr. Jackson, things have changed. There's a lot developing a lot faster than we anticipated.
But why is your apple go from your parents?
So the important thing is not to panic.
Percy Jackson. They've been expecting you. The last revolt has been stolen.
Do you want to guess who the old man was talking? My best guess,
The boat was
I think it's Mr. Bronner. I think, but I'm not so sure because it's just a trailer. So we'll find out in December once it's out. Okay.
That is your quest.
Did you see Annabeth? Did you see Annabeth?
Has been stolen. That
The big three. The big three in the novel. This is Percy Jackson. This is Grover, who is a Mexican, and then you have Annabeth. Sorry. Okay. Well, actually, some people are of the opinion that Athena is dark-skinned. Okay, actually, and also Wonder Woman. The Amazon warriors, they are dark-skinned. They are not like very white.
is your quest.
Oh, how about this one? Ares, yes, with his motorcycle and all. Okay.
Remember what I taught you. You're gonna need to be brave now.
Okay, I'm not asking you to do a Hollywood version of this. It's too difficult. But what you can do is try to act out some of the scenes in the novel. Okay, you can try your best. You don't have to do a lot of special effects with the makeup and costume and props. You don't have to do that. You just act out a special scene that is meaningful to you. Okay? So it's even if it's just speaking out lines from the novel. Okay, it's also possible. Right. The second example I'm going to show you is this. This is just a simple reel. Okay.
Guess who just read the Percy Jackson series for the first time? Now, a lot of people told me that Percy Jackson was very comparable to Harry Potter, but
Oh, sorry.
guess who just read the Percy Jackson series for the first time? Now, a lot of people told me that Percy Jackson was
She
very
speaks
comparable
very
to Harry Potter,
fast.
but I think the biggest difference I noticed when reading them was that while Harry Potter, the character, has very millennial energy, Percy Jackson is a Gen Z.
So she's basically comparing Percy Jackson to
Harry
Harry Potter, and she says Harry Potter is very millennial energy. Do you know millennial? Millennial 是千禧世代. I am a millennial. Yes. You guys are Gen Z. Gen Z. So she's basically saying that Harry Potter is a millennial character, while Harry Potter is a millennial, while Percy Jackson is a Gen Z. Why? She will explain. Okay, this is what I asked you to do. You can give an opinion and then state your reasons. Okay, she's going to explain.
The scene where this is most noticeable is in the final book of each series, where the characters are learning there's a prophecy that says they have to die.
Okay, so both characters has their faith been told by a prophecy that they are going to die. Okay, and they have very different reactions.
Because Harry reacts like,
I feel my heart beating in my chest like a funeral drum. I feel like a ghost, like I'm already dead. Maybe it's okay that I'm dying. I can't even fall round.
and Percy,
Okay, and what is Percy Jackson's
he's
reaction?
just like, hero stole cursed blade, shouting. I mean, like, as a general rule, I prefer not to have my soul reaped, but alright.
I mean, am I not?
So you see the difference? So to this reader, Percy Jackson is really laid back and say whatever. But Harry Potter is more like, doing the right thing. Okay, so that's one of the possibilities that you can do. And then let's see. This is a book trailer, but it's not Percy Jackson. It's Wonder. Do you remember Wonder? Okay. This is easier. You can just Google pictures online. Yeah, Augie. So in the book, yes. So I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you get the idea. There are pictures and then just some lines. So it's like a book summary. Okay. And then lastly, where's my PowerPoint? Did I close it? Okay, then I'll use this one. Okay, read the book in 4 minutes.
Hamlet is a play written in about 1600 by William Shakespeare and is one of the most popular and influential stories.
So this can be achieved by using just PowerPoint. Okay, you can use PowerPoint and then you play some pictures and words and then you record the whole thing, make it a video. That's also possible. Or you want to do it like live. It's also possible. So I cannot find anything on Percy Jackson, so this is Hamlet. So basically the author introduces Shakespeare. You can also introduce Rick Riordan, and then you get into the book. Okay, so here's some examples for you, and here's more example. Okay, what? I will. Sorry, I'm not very familiar with Windows. Okay, so here's some very simple examples. Okay, for example, I'm very interested in a monster that appeared in chapter 12. So I can start my presentation with, in chapter 12, a fat lady carried a pet chihuahua with her, which turned out to be Chimera. You see the sound is a little bit similar. Chihuahua, Chimera, right? This is the name of the monster. Okay, so Chimera is a mythical creature from Greek mythology, typically depicted as a fire-breathing hybrid monster with the parts of various animals. The most common representation of a chimera includes the following elements: lion's head, goat's body, and serpent's tail. So you can draw your own version. Draw your own version of a chimera. Okay. And then the next example can be on page 227. Percy told Ares, you can't just threaten people with a knife, right? Because obviously Ares was showing them a knife. And then Percy said, you can't do that. Are you kidding? That's Ares' answer. Are you kidding? I love this country. Best place since Sparta. That's what Ares said in the book. Okay, so the answer piqued my interest because he just compared modern USA to a city known for its focus on military training and frequent participation in wars and conflicts throughout ancient Greece. So if you're interested in this part, the next step can be you doing a research on America warfare or Iraq, Israel, or just the gun violence. There have been a lot of campus shootings in the USA, right? They are all resulting from violence. Okay, so you can do any kind of research you like. All right, in chapter 11, NTM is the modern version of monster in Greek mythology, Medusa. She specifically mentioned Annabeth's gray eyes, which she got from her mom, Athena. In mythology, Medusa was cursed by Athena, and then you can go on to finish the story, because the story was never told in the book. If you're interested in what happened between them, you can go do research and share that story with the class. That's also one possibility. Okay, a simple one actually. Okay, and if you want to do Medusa, the modern version of Medusa is NTM, who opens a restaurant, right? And invite people in and turn them into stones. And you can use this idea. I can't help but wonder what mythical character would look like and what job they would have. For example, a modern Hephaestus. Who is Hephaestus? Whose husband? Hephaestus was Aphrodite's husband. Very good. Okay, he is a very good weapon maker, and he is ugly. And his wife, Aphrodite, betrayed him by going on dates with Ares, right? Okay, you don't know that's okay. You do research. Okay, so Hephaestus could be someone like Elon Musk. I have my point. But if you make that kind of comparison, you have to give your point. Okay? Yeah, because you have to come up with because, your reasons. Okay, right, so lastly, you have to include a well-written speech which can be generated through ChatGPT. I am giving you permission to use ChatGPT, okay, because this is not a writing class, this is a thinking class. So you make sure the speech is correct. Okay, you can write in Chinese and ask it to translate it for you, or you can basically tell ChatGPT to generate a script for you. Okay, either is fine. But you have to memorize the speech and learn to pronounce it correctly. You can use Natural Reader. Have you ever used the Natural Reader? Natural Reader is a free software. Okay. Natural Reader. It's free. And then you can just enter the text and have it pronounced it for you. And you can choose Davis or Jane or Tony to read it for you. Okay, so you can start for free. Okay, you can even choose the accents. Okay, so if you don't know how to pronounce certain words, you use this software. It's called Natural Reader. Okay, it's very, very convenient. Okay, you can learn from it. You can listen to it. So it helps you to memorize your speech better. Okay, and then, Okay, and then you have to prepare a clear presentation. You have to be consistent because it's a group project. So if you want to have a PowerPoint file, you have to be consistent. In the past, people generate terrible PowerPoints. They use different fonts. Okay, 这字体都不连贯, you use different background. Okay, make sure you are working as a whole, as one group. Okay, and remember, each person has to produce at least 1 minute speech, but the whole group should not exceed 8 minutes. Okay, 所以全组不超过8分钟，包含如果你要放什么影片。Okay, do not exceed 8 minutes. Okay, and if you wanna do PowerPoint presentation or video editing, you can use Canva. Okay, you know Canva? Yes. Yeah, you can use Canva to do a lot of things. And since I'm running out of time, I will give you time to explore Canva on your own because you can borrow iPads later. Okay, so if you have any question, you can come to me. So this period plus the 8th period, if you do not join the 8th period, I strongly recommend you stay for today. Okay, to finish this project so we don't, take up too much of your time. Alright, 所以第8节没有上的同学，今天可不可以留下来把它完成？一样，我会借这间教室，然后你们可以拿 iPad 来用。那记得这个 iPad 是没有办法储存你自己的东西，所以你做的东西你要 send 到自己的信箱。Okay? Now everybody, you can go get an iPad. Any questions? 第100。你小时候要背，那1分钟要背。可以，但是你不可以把所有的 speech 都放下。Right? Any other questions? 对，如果你做的是 video 的话，那就不用背，因为你事前就录好了。Okay, so your choice. Any other questions? Okay, everybody, you sit with your group, and then everybody can borrow one iPad to work on your part. Okay? So are you sitting with your groups now? 你们现在组员都选好了吗 ？OK， 那现在时间给你们选组员，然后选定主题。 跟讨论要报告的方式。OK， I'll leave the time to you。
iPad 有天吧？
你用网页版，好像要网页版。
我要开网络呀。
啊？
我要开网络呀。
这间教室有网络，后面就有那个，后面有那个